wondering where you are. Are you happy about that? Okay. Are you speaking to your doctor? Are you going? Good luck. Well, maybe we should ask you about so my daughter and my three grandsons we were just there. So we went back in his day. Probably dad. He was around. Went through Utah. I-70 Utah, and then our grandson graduated. Like two. So the boy I went through when I was on my way back, I went through the park. What's gonna happen? I drove by, I saw it, I was like 2 days. Yeah, I saw that, I didn't know that. You know, there are no
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm looking at it, sometimes I don't. I can tell. What's that? How are you doing?
Yeah, I did see that. Oh.
So how is everybody this evening? Good? You guys can all silence your phones and take your hats off so we can say the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So consent of agenda, minutes of May 26, 2026, voucher and EFTs, minutes of May 27, 2026, special meeting.
I'd like to add some amendments to this. Citizen Amanda West spoke about, seeking answers to questions about accountability and, disagreements and how they were, or were not handled. Didn't make it to the public participation. It was just part of, public, comment that we had a person stand up. Sorry, there was, I'm asking for an amendment to the, minutes because, there was a person in our community who spoke up during public comment and it just didn't make it to the minutes. If you can read my handwriting, this is chicken scratch.
Yeah, just tell me what
Alright, Citizen Amanda West spoke about seeking answers to questions about accountability in disagreements and how they were handled.
Is there a second?
One second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
Moving on to number 3, public comment, items on agenda only. Would anybody like to speak?
We have to make a motion to accept the
Oh, I'm sorry.
consent agenda.
And the special meeting.
For a motion to accept the consent agenda, we need to do that. Have a second.
So we're all in favor?
Oh, aye. Huh? Martha, go ahead.
No.
Oh, okay.
So the consent agenda, there needs to be a motion, there's
There
a
was-
second, but.
Second,
So you have to
second.
call it.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Now we can move on.
To the minutes of the special meeting.
Minutes of May 27, 2026, special meeting.
Where council voted not to apply for the grant for the skate park.
motion to accept the special meeting minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Roger, Mike.
Okay, now moving to number 3, public comment items on agenda only. Would anybody like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Tara Chestnut. I am a Morton resident, and I looked on the website today and did not see an agenda for the meeting, where they typically are. So that's my comment.
All right, thank you. Anybody else?
I just want to know how many miles are on these pickups that you're
I'm not seeing Scott here, so. You can put them out. Would be something I'd have to get back to you upon.
okay.
Anybody else? Okay, moving forward. New business, number 4. Edna Fund of the Southwest Washington Fair. Item.
Hi, it's good to be here in Morton again, and we brought a crew.
All right.
And we have George, Ashley, Hannah, Terry, and Scott this evening to tell you all about the Southwest Washington Fair, which is August 11th through the 16th. Okay, George, would you come up? He's the chair of
Sure.
the inviting committee.
Right.
Thank you, George.
As I just said, my name is George Dodd. I am the chairman of the Southwest Washington Fair, and this is the team. So obviously, when you see Edna walk in with the group with the Miss Lewis County and a whole bunch of other people, you know what time it is. It's fair time. So that's what we're here to do, to promote. Again, like she said, August 11th to the 16th, we have some really good entertainment this year. Everybody has their own thing. Mine is entertainment. So this year we have our major band playing on Saturday night is a cover band for Heart. They're Barracuda, one of the top in the Pacific Northwest. Like last year, we had a great turnout. We expect another great turnout for that one. On Friday night, it's Latino night. Again, a great turnout last time. We had 3 great bands, and there was dancing and singing in the rain and everything else. So they had a great time and everything else. One thing we're doing this year differently is we're bringing in motocross, in a sense, to the Southwest Washington Fair. Not motorcycle racing, but motorcycles. They're gonna jump, flip, and do all that good stuff that you see on TV. There's gonna be 2 shows on a Saturday and Sunday. And so it's something different that we haven't brought to the fair before. Don't forget, Wellness Friendly, yay, Tuesday. Everybody will be there. And then we have our major Sasquatch call again, which was a big hit last year. And everybody that has a big goatee or have a deep voice, we're looking for you to come on out. So you're going to hear from me later on for another hat that I hold. But right now, I'll turn it over to Ashley. And she's got it. Thank you.
Well, hey guys, my name is Ashley Hamilton. I am the Fair Events Coordinator at the Fairgrounds. And to piggyback off of things that are happening during Fair Week, of course, on Friday evening, we also do have the auction. So always come out for that. Lots of great animals that we come across the show pen to be able to bid on some great things there. Open right now, we do have Little Miss Friendly applications open. They do close in about a month. We're looking for girls from the ages of 8 to 10 to be our living logo. So if you know anybody that is of that age and is friendly and ready to hand out stickers all Fair Week, we need them. We also do have fair entries open right now. How many of you are here also have entered in the fair? Anybody? No? Okay. Who has canned before? Does any canning? Okay. How many of you have a garden right now? Whether it's a vegetable garden or a flower garden. How many of you like to knit or sew? All of these things, even you as adults or your kids, can enter in the fair. And a lot of things also right now is free entry, even to be able to enter those things, and you even still walk away with a premium check. So, lots of really great things you can enter in the fair. It's super, it's easy. And it's all open right now. All the information is there online, the handbook, all the information is all right there. We also do have a coloring contest. Per Edna's rules, open to all ages. So I would like to see everyone do a coloring contest, please. Per age groups, we do pick out a kid that enters to be a winner to get a couple free tickets into the fair. So lots of fun there. Gotta have these in by August 1st at the fair office, and please decorate my fair office so it's nice and colorful with colored pages. I love to see it. Any questions from you guys on the fair office side of things I can answer?
Is the website in your brochure, obviously, right?
It is, yes. Yep. And also there, all these little QR codes will lead to each of the pages for that information as well. Alright, anything else, guys? Alright, call the fair office, any questions? I'm gonna hand it over to Miss Hannah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Hannah Murphy, and I am Miss Lewis County 2026, and I'm here just to share with you my experience of the fair. Now, I've been going basically ever since I was born. This year I turned 20, so I've been there for almost 2 entire decades. And I've been almost everywhere. But it's not just important to me, it's also a huge thing for my family. When my mom was even younger than me, she would compete in the fair with 4-H as well as FFA, and she'd show off pigs and cows. And before that, her father also did that with prize Black Angus, and he'd go to the fair for the state fair each and every year because of how well he did at ours. And I can remember me and my little sister running all around the fair trying to get as much food as we could, get on every single ride. But the best part was always the people at the fair, going to the different booths and seeing all the things people entered and making new memories with new friends as well as old friends. And I just encourage you to come out to the fair this year. I'll be there every single day from dawn till dusk. And so I'd love to create new memories with you guys. And I'd also like to share with you the rodeo court applications. Those are open right now. And if you refer to this little paper, as Ashley, oh my goodness. No, I am so tired today, I'm so sorry. But on here you have a QR code. This is for young women 16 to 20. They can apply at any time. And the actual coronation is Thursday at the fair. And then that Wednesday, there is also family night. The theme is
Patriotic night.
Patriotic, because of the 250th anniversary of our country. And so they also have stick racing with the horses. So, and now I'm gonna hand it over to Mr. Jerry.
Thank you.
Mr. Jerry. I like that. Okay, you guys, looking you guys over up here, and all of you, me being a chicken guy, how many of you guys have chickens at home? Other than you, you got a lot of, you got enough for the rest of them. None of the council? How about you guys? Who's got freezers? Well, listen, normally, today, because it's too hot, I couldn't bring you, but normally I bring my rooster friend. And he is so cute. He's been seen over 2,000 kids in schools this year. He's seen most of the city councils. And he's my guy, but yeah, too hot. But I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about the animals. Ashley has got one vendor that's, what's it called?
Bacon.
Bacon. It's a new vendor. Well, we got a lot of bacon there at the fair. And we know that the kids, your grandkids, and your grandparents like me, I'm giving the advocate, take your kids, grandkids to the fair. Right? It's kicking the pants, isn't it? And so bring them, show them the pigs. We all know that the experience of touching the weirdness of a pig, or if you touch its nose, it's wet. Little kids just freak out over that stuff. The cows, of course, petting the softness of the rabbits. I don't advocate sticking their hands in the chicken pens because they usually are curiosity. They're not mean, most of them, but they're curious and they'll peck. But all the animals, the horses, there's nothing more rewarding than to watch a little kid just stare at the magnificence of a horse. And I'm a horse guy, so I would tell you they are magnificent. Picking those little kids up and letting them just do the little kid touch thing is so special. But we do have a lot of horses at the rodeo. We do have the rodeo 2 nights again this year. And just to clarify, a lot of people ask us, why do you do a rodeo? Why don't you do it on Friday and Saturday night? We don't do it on Friday and Saturday night because there's a lot of professional cowboys and cowgirls that are coming to our rodeo because it's midweek. And those bigger rodeos are on the weekends. But we got some pretty good payouts. We're really getting there. Our rodeo is a pro-sanctioned rodeo. We got Jim Bob Custer. I will tell you, I think he's the best announcer in the country. Some of the other guys might argue with that, but they're wrong. Jim Bob's the best. But anyway, in final, let me say this to you, that one of the things I like to do personally is because I'm blessed in life, I've had a good job. I'm a community service officer, juvenile court. I don't recommend any of you, so your kids have been okay. I brought 2 kids up here to work now tonight. I've done some work up here. But I advocate for those of the families that don't have what we got. I've been blessed, and one of the things I like to do, stuff like fair events, is take that extra 50, that other extra 100 or 200, find a family, whether that could be your own family, could be your own, someone in your nephews or nieces, but take them to the fair. Use that opportunity to bless their lives, and to if you can't take them yourself, hand off that money to mom or dad and say, hey, take the kids to the fair, you guys enjoy that. And if we can do that, I guarantee, I mean, we all know, most of us, you guys, some of you are my age, and probably older than most of you guys. I'm older than all you guys. Yeah, I might even see you here. Well, okay, you might got me by a year or 2. But hey, the blessings are there, and as we know in life, giving is always a bigger blessing than receiving. So anyway, thanks again for having us up here. It's always fun to come up to Morton, the Bear Canyon Drive. It's gonna be my route home. Love it. And thank you guys, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
It's a tough act to follow, for sure.
You want my hat?
Too small. Scott Brummer, County Commissioner here for District 3. One of the very few things that's enjoyable about my job is overseeing the fair. It is actually the one fun place that I get to spend some time on, and for those that don't know, this is your county fair. It's county government owned and operated, and it is just an incredible piece of heritage to our community, the entire county. It's obviously the Southwest Washington, so it's a broader fair. It brings folks in from all over, but it's a big part of our economy. It's a big part of just not only rearing and raising our kids. There's so many things that go along with the fair that we all enjoy. And so it's a privilege of mine to be able to oversee that as county commissioner. I've been doing that now. This will be my 3rd fair of doing that. I want to invite you, council members, on opening ceremonies. That happens at 11 o'clock on Tuesday, the very first day of the fair. And we like to recognize all the elected officials in Lewis County. So that is a great time for you to come out, show up, and we will recognize you on the stage as an elected official. And we would love to see you there. And everything else that we do at the fair, whether it's the rodeo or the Hispanic concert on Friday night, the livestock, everything that goes on there is just incredible for this entire community. And I really want to encourage folks to come. We do have these demographic track where people are coming from, right? And unfortunately, we don't see a whole lot of participation out of East County. And it's really not that far to drive. I do it every week, right? You can make that happen, bring the kids, bring the family, come to the fair. So we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Scott, real quick, don't run off. You said Tuesday at 11 a.m.?
Tuesday, 11 a.m.
We get to show our mugs up there?
You absolutely do. I promise.
You're not going to bring tomatoes,
I
right?
promise, Councilman Sawyer, I will bring you right up to the front and we'll.
You don't stand in front of me, right? In case it gets a little messy.
No, not at all. I'll let them take shots at you. And that's, we occasionally do get, some from the East End, but I really love to see, especially out here, you guys are the furthest east council, and would love to see you show up and be a part of that. Obviously, we get council members from Centralia and Chehalis, so do East County proud and show up Tuesday morning and be a part of the opening ceremonies.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In your packets, you guys should each have a little opening ceremonies invite, and I'll get you through the gate.
Oh, yeah, and you get in for free too, so can't do any better than that.
Thank you, guys, all of you.
Thank you guys.
So moving forward to number 2, Rhonda Cornwell, what to do with tourism funds.
She called this afternoon and she took bills, so she's not gonna be here.
So is there any special procedure we need to take on that, or just move forward?
Before you can table it, she can resubmit it.
Okay, we will table Rhonda Cornwell.
Council.
I make a motion that we table Ron Cornwell's visit, about, tourism funds.
Real quick here, does everybody know what this was about?
This is about the money that we were giving to them for the garbage cans.
Correct, so we did end up giving them that money, but they're not doing their thing, so we're trying to figure out either give, yeah, so, I second that we tabled it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moving to number 3, surplus 2 1999 Dodge Ram 2500 pickup trucks, bin number 0898 and bin number 5252.
I didn't get any information about this, in the docket. Was there supposed to be anything that says like, mileage or anything that we were supposed to be presented with?
I thought that, Scott had given some mileage papers, so I think we must have a little breakdown there. These are the 2 that you don't see driving through town anymore because they're embarrassingly scary.
Sit over there on Westlake, I assume?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of them, Donnie was using a string for the windshield wiper.
Seen that on the internet.
Yeah, both of them, the, passenger doors are bungee closed, bungee corded shut.
Disclose all this information?
You asked. We're not driving them, so I think we're okay, but yeah, I don't know what the actual mileage is on any of them. We got them used, they're 1999s. There's a 99 and one's a 96.
I think they're not being used anymore, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
You wanna table until you get a little more info?
We're not using them.
I know the guys got, they got good trucks out
They're
there.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
The paint's all.
They were pretty bad.
I think the door falls off one of them when you open it.
Yeah.
It does. It's one of the police story.
Okay, make a motion to, surplus these 2 vehicles. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to number 4. Lease agreement with Peak Credit Union for ATM machines.
Is that who we're currently with?
Yeah. Probably know more about Peak, right?
So, as most of you know, we have Peak Credit Union, used to be over there by the old Moose on the corner, and it's got broken into, several times. So the last time it got broke into, they said they were no longer going to put it back, cause they were done. The insurance company wasn't gonna cover it anymore, they were done. And as Umpqua had pulled the ATM out of the building there at City Hall a couple of years ago, and so, I approached Peak and asked if they might consider putting the ATM in our place. Because I think the citizens in this town need another ATM machine, and a lot of people bank at Peak. And, also, we would have to come up with money to fix the hole in the wall. So talking back and forth with them, they were more than willing. They came out and they looked at it. It won't cost the city really any money, maybe a couple of dollars a month in electricity, because the machine's basically, now 6 inches of it will be on the inside of the building, the rest is the outside of the machine. So they're looking at a 5-year commitment at least, and will be, to keep us out of trouble, we'll charge them $5 a month for rent, and then another $5 a month for electricity.
Are we the licensee or the licensor?
Licensor.
I see. I did have another question about all insurance policies must be in the name of City of Morton. It's elected and appointed officials, officers, agents, volunteers, and employees as an additional insured by way of endorsement. Lawyer, can you tell me what that lawyer talk says? That is page 3 of 8, number 12B, section B.
It names the city and elected officials and appointed officials, officers, agents, volunteers, and employees as an additional insured by way of endorsement, so it's an extra endorsement to their insurance policies.
So they're taking that out, of their policy?
Yes.
I see. But it is in the name of the City of Morton?
No, it names the city of Morton, the sort of, like endorsement will name the city specifically.
Do we have any liability there? If God forbid it gets, ruined again?
It actually protects us more.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that was my concern, Just something that protects everyone involved with,
We basically fall under their insurance policy
for
because we're
that,
secondary insured.
for that particular, installation and use of.
Yeah.
I see. Does $5 sound like a good number?
It's not gonna cost us anything.
And once again,
It fills that hole
where we don't have to
where the
repair.
plywood is right now, that eyesore.
Do we want to negotiate, I'm asking the council, would the council like to renegotiate the $5 a month, as that is $60 a year?
I mean, it's not, it's for the citizens and the access. It's not a profit center for us. We're not losing any money if we take in $10, right? They're kind enough to put it in, I don't wanna push them too much.
And the only reason we are even charging is
Because we have.
legally correct. I think I'm good with $5.
Jeff, are you good with $5 a month?
I'm good. Sawyer, I'm good.
How about you, chief?
I am, I mean, we could push back on them, but then they may just say no. I mean, the big thing is filling that hole there, that eyesore. I don't think we're in this to make money to fill that thing, so I'm okay with it.
Okay, I just wanted to get council's opinion on that, yeah. Is Peak, what's the name of that?
That's formally Twins.
Formally, thank you for the clarity, thank you. My question's been answered.
I'll make a motion to accept this lease agreement with Peak Credit Union for the exam machine.
I was second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving forward to number 5. Resolution 560, amending standard city council agenda to include a committee chairperson report. Jeff, would you like to elaborate on this?
Yeah, I just feel like the thing that made me think about was when that nice lady stood up and said, hey, I wanna donate $1,000 to the city to help beautify that end, and I mean, I felt like somebody should have reached out, a accountant should have been assigned to somebody to reach out and find out if we can get that money or use it, or how we could, and acknowledge what you did, so I just feel like, the community also has to have some idea of what the different committees do and what's coming up, and it takes some burden off of you and some off of Luann. And it gives you the ability to delegate stuff as you see fit, because obviously your day is pretty full. So it's pretty straightforward. Just have a committee chairperson, get called on. If they have nothing, they have nothing. If they have something to bring to the attention of our constituents and you, then they would report.
How does this change how the law is written now, or is it, there is no ordinance? So we're just codifying it?
We're just making it part of the agenda to call roll on committees to see what they have going on.
So now monthly, we will send out a report or ask for a report if anybody's got anything going on.
Okay, and this is strictly for, committee assignments?
Yeah. Strictly for the chairperson of the committee is the person who will be called each time.
Should a committee, member, chairperson, or otherwise, like to have, dialogue with the community? Is there some way that we can do that?
Well, this doesn't affect that at all, but yeah, sure, you do town halls, right? I mean, so they're difficult. Yeah, I know, almost. But seriously, this is just for us to help process information. I guess it'll be a part of the agenda to do a committee report, right? So it'll be out to the citizens to see. And then, again, we're limited to 2 people, right? So I can't say, hey, what do you think on this committee, and that committee? So it's really for those 2 people, primaries on the committee to come up with what's going on in their area. And it's for Rick to feel more comfortable or more directed in just assigning that stuff.
I'm not sure the mayor assigns committee members, we're voted in.
No, work. Like if he says this comes up, well, that would be the finance committee, this would be the parks and
I
rec.
see. Will this be like a monthly report we have to fill out? Every counselor has to fill out a monthly report on,
Just the chair.
well, every chair is a committee chairperson.
Right.
So are we being asked to have, reports every month?
That would be the idea, but if you have nothing to report, you can put nothing to report. So if there's something you would like to, have been working on, that people need to be notified about, or answer back to the mayor on what he's asked us, what happened with this, or what happened with that, then there would be an answer. I guess, that's what put it.
It's just another way of keeping our community informed of what's going on behind the scenes.
Jeff, do you have that wording in here already? Is it written up here on what the resolution is?
It's right in here.
Which one is it? Where's it at?
It's, I think it's under duties and responsibilities, that would be, section 5.
Okay.
And then and then it goes into section 6, talking about reports.
Okay, I see.
And then, says the standard council agenda for regular meetings of city council shall include permanent reoccurring agenda items entitled committee reports, period. Committee reports shall occur after the consent agenda, but prior to new business.
So this is just like putting things on the agenda, and that's all it's at?
It always is.
Okay.
It's just adding another line item on the agenda,
Okay.
not changing anything, just bringing more information, more transparency.
So that timeline is by Wednesday morning, right, Luann, that we would need to get these to you?
Noon Wednesday, prior.
Okay. And if that committee doesn't have anything, we just say we don't have anything for that committee and.
You may
Well,
not
do
be
you
working
want it
on
Yeah.
detailed, do you want it actually detailed, or do you just want it to say, committee comments or something, or do you want it
Yeah, I
actually
mean, you
detailed with each
No, it doesn't, I don't
person?
know that has, not to say what I want, I'm hoping you won't want it too.
Well, I'm
I don't,
asking what,
It'll basically be, if I call you guys, if there's something you guys would like to report that's going on in the communities, that's all it
do you
basically.
want it broken down on the agenda is what my question.
For each committee.
Right, do you want it broken down and yes or no, or do you wanna just leave it at,
Yeah, does finance really have anything? Does this,
yeah, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
just go
just
down
go
the
down the
list.
line.
so not actually put on there whether you have something to say or not?
Right.
So should there be an issue, say, public safety issue, hopefully someone who's chairing public safety will have had to, within that month, have a committee meeting and discuss with the other committee member about said, public, safety issue. And then they make a report to us. Is there actionable items after that?
It could be depending on what the report is. I mean, if so, then you'd vote on it and bring it up again. I mean, if they say, I've come to conclusion on this, you present it, and then we would decide whether that's something we wanna do. I would assume that's how it normally goes. Make sense?
I mean, it makes sense, yeah.
Is it kind of doubling up though, what we're already doing?
I think we're kind of doing that. If there's, I mean, unless someone feels like, someone is not, doing their job as a committee, chairperson.
It's really all top down,
I think it's just having the conversation every month, every time on the agenda, so there's not where the community might feel like they're not being involved in specific things. But I think that also will give them the opportunity to put the face to the chairperson and be like, I'm gonna go talk to them after this. Because maybe they don't wanna speak in front of everybody, maybe they don't wanna speak in front of everybody at town hall either. So, I think being in the chairperson, I'm the public safety person, people. If you guys have something, please come to me, okay? I'm already on it.
Council two?
Council two.
Council two.
But realistically, we have to have conversations. We want you guys to talk to us. And each one of us are a chair of one of these things. And if you don't know who we are, how are you gonna come talk to us? So I think it's a good idea to have it on the agenda, because again, it's just, do you have anything going this month? Do you have anything going this month? What are you working on this month? We have people wanting to do stuff in the parks, right? What's going on in the parks this month?
Luann, does this create more work for you?
Well, what I was wondering is, what if we just added a line item that said committee reports, period?
Yeah.
And then that way, if there was one, each of you, somebody who had one could speak up.
Sure.
Then that would just be me making one extra line item.
And he's pretty much gonna go 1 through 6, right? I mean, if you make committee reports, that's.
Yeah, and then everything just falls under.
But I could just do that, and then it could be whatever reports came at the time, so it's just adding one line on, that would be no big deal.
Does that change any of this ordinance?
No.
And then also too, that gives the community, say, if we're still talking about public safety, an opportunity to talk about, the public safety issue that has come up before the meeting, when there's public comment about items on the agenda. Is that, am I clear about this? Because what we're doing is, you're talking about an item on anyone in the crowd can talk about an item on the agenda regarding safety, if public safety is on there, they can say, I'd like to make a comment about public safety prior to us having the meeting.
But if it was just a line item that Luann was adding to it, nobody would actually know what's going on there until you spoke about what you got going on.
That would just be a committee, just like advising, so like, if you're on the planning committee, for example, and you're looking at a plan, you can come and say, yes, so-and-so has submitted plans to us to build such and such building, you know, I just wanna let you know that that's what we're working on that right now, just more of a, you know, cause you wouldn't be able to vote on anything or at that time, but at the time, people could, you know, then the citizens are aware that, oh, you're looking at building a swimming pool over here on the corner or something, and so they're like, oh, okay, well, he's working on that, let me send my comments to him. So then if we wanna put it on the agenda the next week.
I see, so that gives, the gallery an opportunity to submit information to the people who are going to have the committee meeting, and then bring that committee meeting information to the council, so as to do something with it.
Correct.
Okay, I just want clarity, and I want everyone to.
Sure, you're right, but we can't all get together and talk, so it's the only thing we do.
Two of us can.
Huh?
Right.
Two of us can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, if twos can do that, and then we can bring it as a group to this.
Yeah, and I guess I would just for clarity, whenever this goes on the agenda, you don't say, you said you have a line item about committee
I'll
assignments.
just put committee reports, and then each one of you, if you have something to say, can say something.
I see.
And that just informs everyone what you're working on, and then they can comment to you
I see.
directly if.
I see.
Is there gonna be a discussion about it, or we're just gonna talk, we're just gonna say, hey, this is what we're working on this week?
And that's kind of up to you as far as how much elaboration you want to go on.
Okay.
No.
Just do we disclose that in this, like, when we say, committee, reports, do we say planning, new firehouse? Okay, perfect. Now, is that after, so I guess what I'm saying, that would be information to the public. Does it give us an opportunity to have our committee meeting and then get public feedback and then bring that to the committee?
Or bring it to the council later.
Sorry, bring it to the council later. Okay, I guess what I'm wondering is like, if citizens can contact us. I know, right, I'm having a hard time with this. Because if it's on the March agenda, then we don't really necessarily talk about it until.
You don't vote on it till the April.
The April one,
Right.
correct,
Right.
yes.
So you could say, the fire hall came to me and they wanna tear down all their buildings and put all these new ones, and that's what we're looking at, right?
Okay.
And then, so people in here can say, well, I wanna know more, so
Okay.
they're gonna email you and say, hey, what's it all about, and
Okay.
give you their feedback.
Okay, fantastic. And
And
we
then
get
prior
talk
to the
about
next
it.
meeting, if you've got good feedback, you can put it on the agenda and say, hey, I think we should vote on this.
Okay, you answered again all my questions, thank you. I'm very dense tonight, apparently.
So everybody's okay with that? I make a motion that we can adopt this baby.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moving forward to number 6, ordinance 2026-05, establish chapter 12.40, streets amendment number 2 for engineering services, well number 2 improvements.
You wanna, just the streets. This is part of that PID
From last meeting.
from last meeting, yeah. They had to have an ordinance specifically for the streets amendment.
Yeah, this is just that, this is not, we're not talking about the well quite yet.
No,
That's correct.
nope. You gotta have it yourself. Yeah, this is strictly the streets.
And this is the same thing that we got from all that information in that big docket
Yes.
last time.
Yes.
And this is,
Without the actual plans or whatever your plans are for the streets.
Where we have the list of the streets with.
Yep, all the-
That would have to be separated from this, that's why, but now it's an order, this part's the
can you
ordinance.
tell me why? I don't understand.
It's for grant.
Because it's for grant funding.
I see. And the grant funding will be for,
You need 2 separate ones, one for the water sewer and then one for the roads.
I see. And in order for us to do the roads, we gotta do the infrastructure. Gotcha. And these are streets and not infrastructure.
Correct.
Perfect. Well, how does everyone feel about our streets?
Well, that was mean.
We'll pass
I'll make a motion that we accept the ordinance establishing chapter 12.4 municipal code regarding police streets.
All in favor? So well number 2 improvements.
Yes. Sorry, did I run together?
So well number 2 improvements, under number 7.
Land, is this about that broken piece of pipe that's sitting in the office?
I attached a letter from the county also to help kind of explain why they had to do this.
This is gonna be $16,000 more. Because they went in there and laid eyes on it and were like, no way, Jose.
Yeah, if you, the back page there is from the county, it kind of explains why we have to do it. Because of the master site review, and it's the aquatic habitat area assessment. Beat up Scott for that.
This is unforeseen, or we just missed this when we did the initial?
No, it was unforeseen when they put the whole plan together.
Maybe we gotta fix it, right?
to do it, or we can't move on with all the reconstruction with the well and the water plant and everything.
So I make a motion, we accept it.
No, nothing more, no.
Aye.
Sorry, I missed out, what happened?
A motion to accept it.
Sorry, let's do it.
Did you
Aye,
say yes?
I said aye.
So moving forward to number 5, old business, censorship of Councilman Johnson.
I don't think that we should be scheduling a meeting to do it or voting to, I make a motion that we just,
Can we have dialogue about it first?
yeah.
Does anyone else wanna say anything? Okay, so, the reason why, censorship of Councilor Johnson came about was because, because another counselor brought it, up, and, that counselor is not with us tonight, and his concerns were about, some things that, Counselor Jeff Johnson said as Mayor Pro Tem.
May I just interrupt?
No, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish, and then you can speak. I mean, you actually have to ask the chair, I'm not sure if that's the thing, so, but, there were, Counselor Knudsen, brought to the attention of the city that, he was not happy with some of the things that, Counselor Johnson said, and, that he believed that Counselor Johnson was, disparaging other counselors, and, that, he felt that that was unprofessional as a counselor as well as, Mayor Pro Tem. If anyone has any questions about what was actually said, I would recommend people go back and watch the Morton Talks, YouTube page. And it gave me pause, as I feel like I was a person who was disparaged by Counselor Johnson. So, I just want there to be complete transparency about why we're having this conversation.
Well, I never indicated to any of these people that I was Mayor Pro Tem.
I'm sorry?
I never indicated, let me go back to the beginning. For you folks out there, here we go. I ran for this position by taking my business card and walking around and talking to people and asking them what concerned them and telling them some things that concerned me. I think that's my job. I believe it's part of what we should do, is interact with the community and bring up whatever concerns we have. Some of those concerns involve a couple of council people. I have every right to say that. I didn't say, if it's that disparaging, why would that behavior continue? I mean, if what I would say, because it's nothing but the truth. So if the truth is that bad, that we have to try and censor me, you know, I can only say that a lot of people look at this like good for me and not for thee. I mean, if I have freedom of speech, and it wasn't hateful speech, I ask people the same thing every time. 277 people voted. We need more people to vote. What's important to you? These are things that I cover each and every time. I normally don't even mention the names of the people involved. I said, yeah, we have a couple council people that do this and this. How do you feel about that? It's not chasing people down and pecking at them and trying to be mean to them. It's the reality, and it's nothing more than it. Sawyer it's not a secret, he doesn't do the Pledge of Allegiance. So I ask people how they feel about it. It's not a personal attack on him. Because a lot of people have come to me and said that's a problem for them. I'm not interested, basically it's just, I feel it's the same thing. I can say, you can say what you want to say, I can say what I want to say. It's not slanderous, I did nothing but repeat the truth. Things that actually happened. And if those things that happened are so bad, I mean, if they're that bad that there would be disparaging comment, stop that behavior. Or stand up and tell people why you do it. That's just me. There you go.
I'm gonna respond to that. I feel like you're conflating the idea of telling people about voting versus going to businesses within town and disparaging another counselor after telling them that they are a city councilor. You know, there's just, I don't have exact words as to what it is that you said, but multiple business owners in town informed me that you were disparaging other counselors, in particular me, going above and beyond, he doesn't recite the Pledge of Allegiance and saying derogatory statements about me. Regardless of whether or not I have proof of what exactly was said, I believe that these business owners have integrity and they have no reason to lie to me. And I also know that there was a citizen who lives outside of Morton who heard you speak about us after introducing yourself as a city council person, us being myself and Councilor Knudsen. And you know, I don't feel like personally, and I'm speaking as a person and not as a counselor, so I'm gonna take my counselor hat off here for a second, but I don't think it's in good form to go around informing people of stuff that you think is not right when we're talking about other counselors as you're wearing your counselor hat. That's in my opinion as a citizen. Now, regardless of what it is you said, it's not, that's not really up for debate. You've admitted that you go around and you speak about other counselors. I'm gonna recommend, even if you don't get a censure, that maybe you don't do that, because that's not appropriate and that's not professional. Okay? Okay.
Now, I disagree with that statement, I respect it, but it's my job to find out what people in the city want and what's important to them.
Not your
Hey,
plain conceit.
pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt you. It's really not, you know, like example, when, what's her name, Tessa brought all that stuff out, I never said anything. She ignored that part of it, when I said there's 2 council people that don't stand for the pledge, and then I asked them, you know,
We do stand for the pledge.
And we'll complete the process thereof, and then
It's
also,
gonna be up to you. Anything else you want to write?
also the sign, I mean, first thing I said to her was, you know what, I agree with everything that he has the right and ability to say that. I have a real problem with his verbiage, not necessarily what he has to say. He has every right to say anything, he has a right to have that sign like that. But I have the right to tell people I don't like it. So it's not, you know, it's good for both of us. Say as you will.
Then here's what you need to do. Speak with your I'm a private citizen speaking on that. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't do any service to anyone in this room to say, hey, I'm Jeff Johnson and I don't like those 2 counselors. What don't you like about them? It doesn't do anyone a service. It creates division. And what we're trying to do is get away from the division.
So, let's say one thing. So, when this was brought up to the council, I wanted to listen to what they were saying and get the information that was being brought to us. And that person that brought to us is, they get out of line, they interrupt us, and it's a constant distraction for us. The way that she presents herself, and when I tried to get this under control, I was attacked over it when I'm trying to gain information from the public on what they heard. So it does make me question this second and third hand information coming to you. Just like you said, it's You don't have all the information, I mean, you are hearing it second and third hand. I'm doing the same thing and trying to listen to somebody that, you know, is speaking out of line themselves. So it was very hard to understand exactly what happened with that.
Public comment at a city council meeting is different than going around, disparaging other councilors.
So, I will start again with making a motion that we do not censor Mr. Johnson.
Nay.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So let's move to number 6, public participation, a limit of 3 minutes. Would anybody like anything to say? Tim Graff?
My name's Tim from Morton. This isn't even what I came up here to say, but we are 3 months into this now. You guys both sound like dipshits. Like, how much time are we
Point of order.
How much time are we gonna waste? Is this moving the city forward at all? This public fist fight? Either in any area? Is this making the roads better? No?
I made a point of order. You need to say well taken or not well taken.
Not well taken. Let Tim finish.
Okay, now why I'm up
That's
here,
this guy's job.
now why I'm up here is, and correct me if I'm wrong, a number of months ago, an ordinance was enacted, to enforce cleanup of derelict properties, correct? And, okay, and we don't want the police department to have anything to do with it, right? Because they're already busy. Am I correct on this? So we need somebody to at least start the enforcement process. We can't afford an enforcement officer. Is it possible to have volunteer enforcement officers? I mean, could you form a committee and find out? Because it would be cheaper. I mean, maybe you have to do a couple background checks, print out some door hangers, maybe a couple of laminates, you know, to show that somebody's with the city.
That would be a good example of public safety, get together.
Would
and
that be
talk
your
about
committee, Maria?
Come on down, Price is right.
Let's talk about it, you know,
Let's talk
let's
about it.
figure something out, because for whatever reason, people contact me about stuff, and somebody just this month contacted me about rats. Like, I can't do anything about it, but maybe I can, so that's why I'm up here talking. So let's see if we can figure something out. Let's enforce some of this, at least get the ball rolling.
Yeah, most of the things, honestly, that we just had one last week and it's fixed. People are, unfortunately, they are going to you, they're not coming to the city. I have got 2 complaint forms total, 2.
Right.
One of which was handled and the yard was, I mean, it was done the proper way, the complaints all come to me, so people can't say they're going somewhere else, cause I'm the one to get them.
Right.
They came to me, I, sent them to the police department or whatever, at this time it was called because it was a yard thing. They went over, they cited that, they put a note on the door, we sent a letter out to them, and the guy responded 3 days later and came in and mowed his lawn and it's all taken care of.
Okay.
So, they will be taken care of and they will be handled by the police if the proper procedure is followed, AKA, give me a citizen complaint form. We can't be everywhere.
Right.
But if people would come in, they're online, they can stop by City Hall.
And a full-time enforcement officer just wouldn't be.
It's not feasible.
You can't, well, there's not enough enforcement to happen.
But all they have to do is put a letter on there and say, hey, you got next 5 days to clean it up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about, like,
But-
could a volunteer just hang the door hanger?
Well, and
send-
we
send
could,
a
but
letter?
people need to come to us and file a complaint form, and no one's doing that, that's what I'm saying.
So we have to utilize the citizen complaint forms, and that's actually what Luann and I were talking about today at City Hall.
Oh, so you guys can't be proactive as far as
We wish we
controlling the
could.
city? It has to be a complaint first.
Well, if we see something,
Well, like right across from Jan's, I've seen rats out there myself. I mean, that's bad.
there's a rat problem in this whole town, unfortunately.
We can do complaints of citizens,
Right.
right?
Okay.
But only he can tell the police chief what to do. So that's a review.
You freestyle motocross, that's what you're talking about.
We're trying to do that.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim. I will also note that, personal attack, intimidation, or conduct that disrupts orderly conduct of city businesses is prohibited. Okay? And you as the chair, you should know that.
So with that being said,
Say your name.
my name is Amy Sconyers, and I live in Morton. Amy Sconyers, Sconyers. And with that being said, I recognize that you made a comment to the mayor about how you're always telling him to do his job. So that's right along the lines of what you just said.
I asked a question.
No, you said, why I always have to tell this guy to do his job.
Yeah,
How to do
that's a
his
really
job.
good question, yes.
So that's not an insult?
No, it's not. And also, you should be addressing the entire council, not just me.
Okay, well, I'm addressing the whole entire council when I'm saying that if you're gonna contradict yourself and claim it for your benefit and not everybody in this room's benefit, then that's a contradiction.
Thank you, I disagree.
Anybody else?
Yeah, we'll like the legal thing.
Second hat today, I'll introduce myself again. My name is George Dodd. I work for Public Health and Social Services. I'm your Veteran Service Specialist here in Lewis County. I am here every Monday, I'm in Morton 2 times a week, or 2 times a month, on the first, second, and fourth Tuesday of each month, across from Napa, 175 West Main Street. The reason I'm here today is I can tell you right now, the utilization of the Veterans Relief Fund here in these counties is not being utilized. I used to sit this position back from 15 to 18, and the position we used to be able to help indigent veterans with their electricity bills, with their food needs, their gas needs, transportation to medicals and everything else. I don't think the word out here in these counties getting out there that we have funds available for our veterans that need help. And there are veterans that need help. So, I'm going around to all city councils and I'm giving everybody the necessary information to get to their veterans.
More than they need it, they deserve it.
Thank you.
I just want to throw a number at you as well. I'm also a veteran service officer, which means I can put in claims for veterans for disabilities. I can put in claims for spouses of veterans that have passed away from service-connected disabilities. I've been doing this on the second time. This is from January 2025 to present. We brought in over $1 million, close to $1 million to the county from veterans benefits. If you don't think that doesn't matter, ask a veteran how much $4,000 goes to them. Ask a spouse of a veteran that the veteran has passed away from a service-connected disability, how much $1,600 means to them. The reason I'm passionate about it is because this is money that they need, they deserve, the spouses deserve it as well. So please, if you have a veteran or anybody that needs assistance, whether it be mental health, whether it be financial health, any type of help, you guys got my number, it's right there. The Veteran Museum is also a great resource. They are starting to have really good resources available for veterans as well. I know they don't come out to East County, and I wish they would, but they're starting to establish their presence out here. Brianna comes out here quite often. She goes out to Randall. I know it's not part of Morton, but we are out here, and we're trying to make a difference. We need your guys' help to identify those veterans that need help so we can get the help they need. Any questions?
Thank you.
Have you had a chance to talk to Ed Smith yet?
I'm sorry?
Have you had a chance to speak with Ed Smith yet?
I know Ed Smith very well.
Okay.
I've been on the board, I was on the Veterans Advisory Board. I've been involved with the Veterans Advisory Board since 2014. So I've been involved this whole process for over 12 years. So just to give you a heads up, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know Ed very well.
Yeah,
So.
very nice.
George, could I
Thank you for your
get,
service.
you said second and fourth
Second and fourth Tuesdays of each month from 9 to 2, 175 Main Street, right across from the Napa store.
And your last name again?
Excuse me?
Your last name again, please?
D-O-D-D.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak?
We're all in trouble now.
Okay, I'm not a public speaker, so please forgive myself, or forgive me. There you go, if I trip over my own tongue. My name is today to bring up some details about the dog issues that we all know are occurring. I wanna preface whatever may be coming next month by letting you know just what occurred in the past, well, today and last Friday. I feel bad with my back to you, but I'm addressing you, correct? I'm understanding this
Yes.
correctly. I think it is extremely important that our council members know every detail of how this is supposed to work when it comes to dog complaints. We hear about them on the gossip column continuously, and the information presented there, and when people are referred to go there for information, absolutely inappropriate. Now, one thing that I have read, because I was referred there too, to kind of catch up, nothing I have read over the entire weekend has been accurate about situations that have gone on in the past 2 weeks. I will say this, as for today, I talk too much, so I will condense for today. We have had two instances within weeks of situations that have occurred. People will call and complain, but they call the police department, or they call a citizen and say, why aren't they doing something? The police department is not doing something. Why aren't they seizing these dogs? Why aren't they this? We have very specific city ordinances for both Mossy Rock and for Morton, because we handle both cities. They're both very different. And the police officers have to keep each one of those sets of municipal codes separate, but address both. We have an officer that is, our new officer is wonderful. The second to the newest officer is wonderful. These dog complaints, I'm getting upset. The dog complaints are so numerous, but nobody will come forward and do exactly what is required of them for us to, I say us as the police department, I am not an officer. You wouldn't want me to be. No one will put in writing a complaint, nor will they even anonymously do so, nor will they even report it to dispatch, so anonymously even, so that we can send something out. Two complaints in writing, and both have been handled as of today. Because apparently there was a big uproar over the weekend, I received 9 phone calls today. I extended my day at work voluntarily. I've been there 11 hours today. Only staying for people saying they were coming in to put something in writing, so quote, something will finally be done. Nobody showed up. Not one. Not one person, and this is not the first time. There is an order in which things need to be done for the police department to act. But I will tell you that even in what they have done, they cite them, they are referred on charges, their dogs are flagged in our Stillman system as potentially dangerous or dangerous dogs. They have requirements then to have those dogs. Most dogs in the city of Morton are not licensed. That's just the beginning. If a dog's not licensed, you automatically have to, if there's an injury, assume the dog probably doesn't have a rabies shot. That's pretty much all you have to do, provide a photo of your dog and a description and the rabies certificate. That's it. The fee for that is what? A $5 bill? I think it's 5, yeah, I think it's 5. Unaltered might be 10,
No, we don't have it.
Okay, $5 to license a dog. By doing so, we know who your dog is. If somebody has a complaint, we can come and talk to you. Your dog's already on the good boy list or good girl list, and we can talk to you about it. Our officer lost a finger to a dog bite. It's not as though we're not sympathetic to protecting against dog bites. We had a dog bite this weekend. You'll find out what happens with that. But the biggest problem is everybody's barking, so to speak, and biting, and nobody's doing anything right. And when it comes right down to it, the police department can go to the nth degree. We can't take dogs. We don't have a facility. And before we start going into, well, Morton needs more money, of course we always do, but, sorry. We don't have a facility, but neither does Lewis County. The entire county does not have a facility. There is one shelter. So what this all boils down to is not enforcing or taking these dogs away.
We've got to, and I don't have the answers, but my concern, and if you knew my situation, you would know I'm very sympathetic to canine issues. There has got to be some accountability and some expectation of the dog owners. They are the only ones responsible for all of this. And I don't know what the answer is, but please, stop expecting the city, stop expecting the police department, stop expecting shelters to fix these problems, and this is just dogs. So I am quite sure, from what I have heard, that there's going to be a big uproar, people are gonna wanna be on the agenda next month. I'm giving you the answers, we don't have any. We can find people they don't pay. We can force them to get a license. How? Make them, what are you gonna do? We can't take the dogs, they have nowhere to put them. And even if we did, if we rounded them all up in one giant van and took them to Pierce County and dumped them off at the shelter, they'll re-adopt them if they're nice, and most of these are actually good dogs. The ones that aren't need to go, and we can't keep pampering the people who have the dogs who should not have dogs. But that's the problem, it is the people, it is not the city, it is not the police department. I don't know what the answers are, but there's your headline for next meeting.
Can you go through the process?
Yes.
The correct process
Yes.
for doing that, so.
If you have a dog you wanna make a complaint about,
Right.
you can do one of two things. If the dog is actively doing something, if they are violating one of the municipal codes. If you don't know your codes, learn them. It's nobody's responsibility but yours. Just do it. Know what you're talking about before you complain. Once you know the codes, you will know there are certain things a dog cannot do. If they do those things, they have violated an ordinance. If you have proof, a video, a photo, pictures of the damage they've done, something that's a great help, file a complaint with the city, or if they are in the act of committing some sort of bad dog rule, call dispatch.
911.
Nope, do not call 911, this is not considered a human emergency.
Okay.
You can go on, I started a Morton Police Department, a real Facebook page. The
Okay.
number's on there, its non-emergency number is 360-740-1105. Do not call the office, I can do nothing, I'm not dispatch. Call that number,
That number again is?
360-740-1105.
Thank you.
That is the dispatch, the non-emergency number that gets right to dispatch. Give them the address, tell them there's a dangerous dog or a vicious dog activity, they need to be called out. They will dispatch that out, someone will go in. They will go and investigate what's going on, get all the information they can. The first question that we are now asking, again, we as a department, is your dog licensed? Everyone says yes. The rule is for citizens, sorry, you've got to see my back, your dog is supposed to have that tag on at all times. It's, when you're driving, you have to have your driver's license. When that dog is alive, it needs to have its, city license. If you have that on you, it will save you a lot of trouble, as long as it's current. Once you report that, it's up to the police to go and investigate. There is a certain list of things they have to do, just like any other crime, because they're infractions, they're not crimes. If you would rather, you may choose to submit a complaint form either to the police department or the city. If it goes to the city, it will then come to us or straight to us. Fill out the information. By the way, both of those things can be done anonymously. Unless you're injured, then of course, we'll know who you are. Once that is done, they follow the same procedure. They go and they investigate, and either the person will be fined, if they are found to be in violation, the owner will be fined, they'll be given a citation, usually a fine is attached to a citation. And it goes up from there. So if it's the first offense, it's whatever that offense is, second offense, bigger. But it's all outlined in the municipal code, gives you descriptions of each different phrase that's used, everything. Know your Unicodes. And if you're a dog owner, please, especially all of us,
us, please be on the upper end of that. We need to shine above everyone else to be examples.
When someone makes that call to dispatch, that creates a case number, correct?
Yes, it does. It is.
And I don't, and you're exactly right, I don't think, people think that they can just go around and call Luann, call you, and they think something's gonna happen. They do need to know that they've gotta call dispatch. So a case number is created for that incident, and then somebody has to follow. Either there's no evidence and there's no findings and it gets closed, or whatever
There is
happens
always
next.
a report.
Yep.
And those reports are my least favorite word or phrase, deplorable. But I guarantee you, at some point today, tomorrow, it will be, I notified the police 3 times yesterday of an issue and nobody did anything. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
She wouldn't get it. I stayed 2 extra hours just for that woman, never showed up.
Yeah.
I even looked at caller ID and realized, I can't really call her back, but I really want to, but I couldn't. You know, maybe she couldn't show up. Well, maybe she obviously didn't, but maybe there was a reason, but it's not the first time. It's not the first time that's happened. So, I am prepared for next month. Well, I'm not personally prepared. Hopefully the chief will feel better and he'll be here to talk, but this is a real problem, and it's one that weighs heavy on me, and we never stop hearing about it. So, thank you for listening. I just really want us all to know the meeting codes.
Sorry, one more question. If there is a vicious dog attack or a serious bite,
Agenda item.
what happens to the dog? Does somebody here take that dog, or did you go back? If it's a
No,
vicious attack?
right at this point, there has been bites. We
Yeah.
have had people experience bites.
Sure.
We have had a public record, so I can talk about this. There was a dog that was killed. We handled it right away, which is what we were able to do per the municipal codes.
And unfortunately, there's not that many bad dogs, mostly bad people.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't take
will
care of
be
them.
very honest in saying we do have some bad dogs in
Sure.
this town, because they don't have boundaries, they're like children.
Yep.
So, anyway,
Thank you, Kathy.
ready for next meeting. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you,
for your
Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
So I was gonna bring this up, so thank you very much. That was kind of what I wanted to bring up was, this is something that we need to talk about and either look at the ordinances and see what needs to be changed. This will be something that goes on over the next month for our next agenda, to look into this. Because like Luann was talking about earlier, the same thing is happening there as at the police department, and there's a process to make this happen. You can't just make these, you gotta make real complaints, and Luann has given this information out, has told people what they need to do, and they refuse to do it, so. Going online and venting out to social media does not work. I mean, that's how a lot of people get their information. There's good information out there, but there's also a lot of bad information, so. There is some changes and some things that we're gonna talk, about over the next month and see what we can bring to the table next month. So, thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you. Anybody else like to speak this evening?
After the description of those 2 pickups, I don't need the mileage.
Okay.
You're pretty handy though. Maybe you can probably fix them.
I'm Kara Chestnut and I live in Morton, and I just want to tell you how excited I am about the idea of having committee reports at council meetings, because that was one of the things I was gonna bring up today.
Right on.
If I could take it a step further and, request that the committees for each position just be added next to your name, and, that might be helpful, just so that.
Yeah.
You parks, or are you safety? I can never remember. That would be super helpful, because
Some of the headings are a little misleading.
Yeah.
I'm HR, but supervisor's right, human resources, but most of it's the parks.
Right, and that's what I want to tackle, or the invasive species at the parks. And I'll also just brag, since I'm up here, that my dog is licensed.
Good.
And I
Thank
asked
you.
if I could license her for 10 years, and they were like, what if she dies before that? I was like, I'll take it.
Oh, I like that idea.
Right? Yeah.
I'll forget and not get in until like half January.
Yeah, and I think, again, I've mentioned this here before, but I'll mention it again. My dog Pepe and I are a first responder therapy dog team. I work in a support role in wildland fire response, so that's kind of mostly our jam. But if anyone does work in a first responder role, I can hook you up with some like dog love.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tara.
Anybody else like to speak? Okay, with that, I think we're gonna go into executive session.
Oh, there's not much gonna happen after that.
Before we do that, so, I wanna make a motion that we dismiss the complaint concerning the mayor without further action or investigation. The complainant has provided only secondhand information and has failed to appear tonight to submit any direct evidence. This is not warrant council time or resources for a formal reprimand or censure.
I second.
I disagree. I have plenty to say on this. As the person who
All in
was.
favor?
Alright.
Oh,
What? Oh,
can
we
you
can't.
Yeah.
You can speak on this.
I mean, we were about to go into executive session and I have plenty to say about this. We should probably ask the lawyer about this.
It's your council meeting. You can decide whether or not you want to go into executive session.
You made a motion to not go. And you seconded, Maria seconded it, and not go.
This just dies.
We still have to do.
I mean, it's literally on the agenda. I don't think we can amend that.
You need to approve your agenda, so.
So he's making a motion to strike this.
So you have to amend your-
Strike the executive session. Maria seconds it. So does it get voted on? Then yes?
Yes.
You have to call for a vote.
Call for a vote?
Yep. Maria seconded it.
Nay. Absolutely
Aye.
not. Absolutely not.
Seconded it, Maria.
Well, you said the same. What's your vote?
I made the motion.
You made the motion.
I said.
Maria seconded it, so you said yay. Sawyer, did you?
You said nay.
I said absolutely nay. I full
I'm sorry, I
hearted
didn't
nay.
hear you.
100% nay. Yeah, and I think this absolutely needs to be discussed. If someone has been a call to censure someone, I think we're doing the city a disservice.
That's not taking it that far, it's just taking your executive session.
Okay, so what happens now?
It's your meeting. You can move to have it put on the agenda next time.
Without a
That was bold. Okay.
I hope that the person that brought this forward would have been here to do this.
That last time, the person who brought it forward wasn't here either, but we still had to go into executive session.
I also feel like that was because it was a council person and not an outside somebody who
Doesn't
wasn't
matter.
even at the meeting.
But it doesn't matter. That's what the lawyer said. If anyone does it, we need to go, we're supposed to go into executive session, and now we've voted to not go into executive session and have discussions about, any censure, any concerns about censure. We're not censuring at this point.
You don't approve your agenda at the beginning of the meeting, so. you can-
So, we can either put this on our agenda. Under this topic. Just so they can vote too.
Well, that's not even on there, so I just say the executive session.
get to adjourn?
Well, cause she's saying that you have to do
all this is to do with the executive session, doesn't have to do with the underlying complaint, the underlying complaint can be again, put onto the agenda.
And it can also get squashed again, because we have to go to executive session to have this conversation. You know what I mean, like, this is.
This is your meeting. This is the council's meeting.
We wanna talk, can we talk about this, or we wanna talk about it later?
No.
Or no?
This wouldn't be the place to have that conversation.
I can give you recommendations, but it is your council meeting.
Please recommend. Cause if we just do,
I recommend that these matters be taken in executive session to begin with. You've already though, at this point, made a motion to start the executive session. They can put it back on this.
what's done is done.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Alright.
Thank you all for coming.